Lady Anna and King Rocco presents Heart to Heart, a spicy, sizzling extravaganza where, before launching into your emotions, consider asking your partner if it's a good time to discuss how you feel. Talking about your feelings builds trust and intimacy. Exploring your emotions will help you unravel the complexity of what you are feeling and can be done with heartfelt chats with your partner.
So, listeners, take this opportunity and join us every other Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time,
For Heart to Heart with Lady Anna
and King Rocco HD on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Lady, come take my hand and go with me to a special place where we can have a little privacy. What I wanna say to you is so easy to do. 'Cause you're my world, my everything, my dream come true. Ever since we've been together, there were days of stormy weather. With love on our side, we always made it through. Time to take it one step further. Time for us to join together. For the rest of my life, I wanna be with you, baby. Heart to heart, living as one forever. 'Cause lady, I love you. You know I love you too. Ooh, heart to heart, sharing our lives together. Heart to heart, as
Honey,
one.
we fall in love by chance, but to stay in love by choice.
In your eyes lies the beauty of the night. Our love grows great when our souls intertwine.
I am Lady Anna,
And I am King Rocco HD
where it takes two.
to tango.
Hey Joe, don't call me boy. You know, see me and listen to Lady Anna and King Rock up on UVC Radio. See ya? Leave me alone and turn up the radio.
Yes, indeed. Great people, welcome back. Welcome back to Heart to Heart and UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. But today, Thursday, April 6, 2023, I'm King Rocco HD, and I got the beautiful, adorable Lady Anna in the studio with me tonight. All right, people, now y'all been waiting for this a long time. You know what? Tonight we got what a topic tonight. I tell you, people, it's only for the lovers. All right. Hey, Anna, what's going on? How you doing?
Good evening, King Rocco. I am very well, thank you. And how are you? Good evening to all our listeners across the globe. Welcome to another great, wonderful, awesome edition of Heart to Heart, where I know you all will love and totally enjoy the topic we're going to discuss tonight because it is very enticing and we're looking forward to having a really sizzling conversation tonight, don't we, Rocco?
Oh, absolutely, isn't it? How was your day today?
Wow, it has been a bag of mixed nuts, I must say. I had ups and downs and all around, but most of all, I reflected, do you know that today is Holy Thursday? I'm not sure if everyone across the globe will observe. No, everyone will not observe Holy Thursday, but we are looking forward to our hot cross buns. Some persons started from today, going into tomorrow, Good Friday. Then we have Glorious Saturday, Easter Sunday, or Resurrection Sunday, as it is most commonly known. And then we head into Easter Monday. So we've got a really, really long weekend starting from tonight here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, it's a very long
Parts of the
weekend. You know, sometimes
Caribbean.
I always wonder, like, man, I find sometimes we got too much holiday, man. Don't you think so?
In Trinidad, as we say, there's never enough holidays. So we welcome it. We embrace the vacation. The students are out on break at this point in time. So lots of parents taking the opportunity to take their children to beaches. Some persons traveling over to St. Lucia, Barbados, Tobago. And here, Rocco, I heard you guys will be having the Jazz Festival pretty soon. Next month.
Yeah. You got to St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival coming up.
Yes.
In the next couple of weeks' time. You know, that is huge. It's big. So,
yeah.
You know, I'm not one of them really like a jazzy type, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been to it before, like many years ago, but like to say I really like, participate in it and stuff like that, no. But I mean, I welcome it. You know, it's a really big event, and you gotta want to look at the schedule. The lineup this year seems to be pretty great, to be honest with you. Yeah, a lot of legendary persons of been coming and stuff like that.
Amazing.
So
yes.
So definitely, as you rightly said, we like to say happy Good Friday or happy Easter to whoever it is that's celebrating Easter. We'd like to say good morning to you for those of you who already have Friday. Good morning to you and good evening to all our listeners in the Western world. Trust that all you are doing fine. So, Hannah, as you rightly said, what a sizzling discussion tonight we have. Yeah?
Yeah, so for a couple of days this week, I was out, at a workshop, and I took the opportunity because I knew the individuals at the place where we were, and reflecting on the topic which we are discussing tonight, my dear listeners, which, by the way, is chemistry in love and relationships. And I took the opportunity to observe individuals at the seminar where I was. Now, mind you, this is out of context after, doing the research and stuff for tonight. And just kind of like looking to see if it really, the practical part of the theory, what we're going to be discussing tonight, if it holds water. And I must say, Rocco, it does. So what we will be discussing tonight is very much factual. And, sometimes you're in a relationship, you've got a guy and a girl, and they're in love, and you wonder, is it infatuation? Is this a chemistry? And people asking, you might ask, well, what is this chemistry you're talking about? When we say chemistry in love and relationships, and persons say, when you ask some individuals, well, it's like a spark, and it's something that just keeps you coming back for more and more. You're wanting more of the individual. But we just gonna, as we get into it, when you think about it, listeners, the word chemistry, when used in a relationship context, it means the emotional connection between two people who are interested in each other. It can also be described as that great feeling that makes one think there is always a need to see a person again. It's like, wow, we are connected. And, you can go a little more into it and say that chemistry is coupled with a lot of things, ranging from love to lust to infatuation and sexual desire. It's like a bond required to join the elements in a compound together. And there is a need for it in every relationship. In fact, it can also be concluded that there is no relationship without chemistry. So chemistry is really, really important in a relationship. And we're going to be expanding on that a little bit tonight. Yeah? Okay. So there are different types of chemistry, yes, listeners, but they are all divided into two classes. So there are two classes of chemistry. These two classes include based on rapport and based on manifestation, which there are three types of chemistry based on rapport classification. They are good, bad, and no chemistry. The ones based on manifestation are sexual, romantic, emotional, empowerment chemistry. So we're going to look at the signs which show that there are sparks between two people. And when we speak about sparks, listeners, we are actually talking about that chemistry, how you're going to know that, yes, there is that connection between you and that person you love. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So any comments before we move on, Rocco? You're cool there.
No, it's something that you can't really explain, to be honest with you, what you just said. Chemistry is a very important thing, especially with two persons, because it's like this. All right. You could be at work. I would just pick up the phone and just call you up like, "Hey, babe, how you doing?" You know what I'm saying? What do you have for lunch? And then as soon as I call you, like, you know what? I just pick up the phone. I'm just about to call you. Lo and behold, when I'm actually calling you, that's when you actually pick up the phone, trying to reach out as well, and actually thinking the same thing like I'm thinking. So, yeah, chemistry is something when two people actually in sync with each other and think alike.
Yeah, definitely. I like that, in sync. And so we're going to look at one of the first signs. And, listeners, you have to be aware of the infatuation stage, because we don't want to get infatuation mixed up with chemistry. And so the signs that there is strong chemistry between a man and a woman who are in a relationship is not so much, but there is one specific thing that must never be neglected, and that is infatuation, which is the first phase of a relationship. Because Rocco, sometimes you might see a girl and you get so infatuated with her. You're always looking at her. You want to know when she coming. You want to get her phone number. And every time you think about her, your heart giving that little flutter. And you get this feeling in your stomach. And man, your head feels. We also call it puppy love at the early stage.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the first phase of a relationship. At this phase, the man and the woman tend to be crazy in love. Nothing seems imperfect from both sides.
It's like they're on top of the world. Just that traveling moment, it's just that it's like that bull rush. It's like these two people, they just can't get their hands off each other either.
Man, and everything is cool and perfect. Nothing wrong.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And there is nothing negative at this stage of love. Conversation and laughter just flow easily. Understanding is just at its peak. When someone who is just in love for the first time. Rocco, you remember when you were in love for the first time?
I don't know why in love. Well, I mean, them school days. Yeah, I don't really call them school days thing like love per se.
That's puppy love, eh?
You would call that puppy love, and what you just read, those days more infatuation kind of stuff, like in those days. But like to answer your question, like in love for the first time, it's just that well, cool, beautiful moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
beautiful, man. It's just a
especially
beautiful
when you
moment.
get your first kiss, huh?
We're getting first kiss from
Okay,
hey
okay.
from way back when.
Keep the data. Yeah. Keep the data down. Keep the data down. So we're looking at a situation like this, They seem as though they have met that perfect person, their soulmate. But unfortunately, not until everything fades off, just like how the day replaces the night, and you are able to see each other's true colors. And listeners, at a point like this, you feel the relationship is safe and nobody will walk away. This is a very good sign that there is chemistry between two people, especially a man and a woman. So, after that infatuation stage, you get to that safety net stage where you feel or that person is not
You
going to
feel
walk away
comfortable.
from you.
You feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You feel very, very comfortable. And I know that our listeners out there in United Kingdom and Toronto, Canada will agree with us. Yeah. So we're looking at another point, which is physical attraction. And this, listeners, is very rare to find a man and a woman attracted to someone who is not looking cute, because we all like somebody who looks cute, handsome. Almost everyone on earth wants to date that beautiful girl or handsome looking guy. All
Most
thanks to
certainly.
the saving. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And my dear listeners, this analogy is very common with men. Like I would always say, get married to an attractive person so as to save the future generation. And in conversation, what somebody was saying, oh my gosh, you would not believe this, listeners. Rocco, my son and I were having a conversation.
hold,
And
hold,
he,
hold on, hold on before you. Wise Willie, I think you're worthless guy. Well, yeah, Willie, it's been too long, man. You know what I'm saying? Willie is saying to me that I can't remember the first kiss. What it's like.
oh my gosh, oh my Rocco, it's gonna be Willie's birthday on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I hope you get a big. I know you're gonna get a big kiss on Saturday. So you gotta worry yourself with me now, Wise Willie. I don't remember the first. Yeah, what? Let me explain, okay, to the listeners. You know what I mean? Okay, the listening public can be quite unforgiving sometimes. So okay, what I said. Basically, I'm talking about them high school stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like such a long time. You know what I mean? And names are too numerous sometimes. It's too numerous. So.
Okay.
Too numerous. So nah. I won't really regard that was like really much of anything per se. That was just like fun time back in those days, man. But
Yeah. Real infatuation. Like
yeah.
I was having a conversation with my son just recently, and he was saying to me, so we were discussing, girls and which girl you like, an ex-girlfriend and former girlfriend and that kind of thing. And he said to me, Mom, if it's one thing, you must look at a girl's mother. How the mother looks at this older stage, that is how the girl going to look when she gets older. So if you like how the mother look, well then that's what you're going to land up with. And I was like,
he got a point, but not all the time that's always remain
no,
a fact. But I got him.
Not always. Yeah. So but at that young age, the first talk is, well boy, you watch the mother, you see how the mother looking, just how the girl will look, in
well, partner, listen, you have a good in-law here. That's what you say that. That's what you say that. Because you know what? I'm sure Wise Willie can agree. Not too many guys really talk much about their in-law. He got some really good in-laws out there, man. Big up all the good in-laws out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And my brother used to say, he wants to get married to somebody who is as pretty as his mommy. So, yeah. So, guys have all kinds of say it. Yeah. Oh gosh, good evening to my mom. She's listening in. Loyal listener to Heart to Heart. Good evening, Mom.
Good evening, mommy. How you doing, Arlene? Blessings to you, blessings to Sa as well too, and everybody else that's listening all across the world.
All right. So as we continue, so we're gonna say, sometimes is it like pulling teeth, getting your guy to spend time with you? And the key to solving is understanding men on a much deeper emotional level. The number one factor that causes men to behave this way is actually relatively easy to change with a few subtle things. You can say to him that attractiveness is what makes a man feel he should move towards a woman. Just to ask her out. Every other thing about the woman is just a compliment. Once there is attraction, the chemistry between you and a person is just so strong. You will be so close to that person you like that you don't even see or care if there is any other person around you. And Rocco and listeners, that is so, so true. When you are in love with someone,
personal experience.
and you have that connection with an individual. You may be out to the park, to a restaurant, and the persons around you, you're just oblivious to them. Whoever, whatever pass by, you are just not concerned. All your concentration, attention is on that person you are with.
It's like I'm blinded by the love. I only can see you. I can't see nothing else around me.
And that's a nice feeling to be in. It makes you feel really, really safe and loved. And all you really see and care about, as they say, is that guy or girl you are in love with. The need to always be together, because the attraction is a sign of good chemistry.
Yeah, most definitely.
I like that.
Yeah, most definitely. Chemistry, attraction work with chemistry. Well, first of all, you must have that chemistry to that person in order to be attracted to them. You can't be attracted to somebody if you don't really have a chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So I believe the chemistry and the attraction, both of them work hand in hand.
You could imagine, Rocco, thinking about it, listeners, depending on the cultural backgrounds or the regions that individuals live in, not every guy or girl had the freedom or the opportunity to date and to choose who they wanted as their partner for life, or their husband or their wife. And there were arranged marriages long ago, and you had no say. Just sometimes on your wedding day was the very first time that you would be seeing your husband or your wife.
That's messed up, innit?
Imagine getting into a situation like that, and now having to get to know one another, and you're married now, and you have to start to build this relationship. What if you don't like the person, or there isn't any chemistry there?
Well, I'll tell you this right now, Anna. A lot of time there is no chemistry there, no sort of physical attraction. It's like, okay, basically these two people actually get involved because of society, and because I don't want to disappoint my parent and stuff like that, or disappoint my community. this is the reason why I'm going to stick with this guy. But a lot of crazy stuff normally happen in relationship like that, because 9 times out of 10, what really happened? Most time the guy is possible he much really whole than that female, and it's like whatever you say goes. You know what I'm saying? The woman, she just has no say.
She just has to conform.
Yeah, she just gotta do. You know what I'm saying? If you say go to bed, hey, you go to bed at 8 o'clock. You gotta go to bed at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time in a relationship of such, especially the man, you always believe like, woman should just stay home, take care of children, and make her bed and cook food. Woman should not be seen. That's
Yes.
what really happened in a relationship like that.
Yeah. Okay. So let us look at body language, something that's really, really important. And this is a big sellout, listeners. Sometimes you could just look at persons and know that there is love and chemistry between these two people. Chemistry is an unconscious decision which is usually initiated by so many complex criterias. One of the most unconscious action that often occur when you are attracted to a person is body language. This is where the sellout comes, as they say. There is always this feeling like your body and that of the other person are glued together, indicating that your chemistry matches each other. Body language is a small sign of how we feel when we are deeply immersed in love with a person, and we are not always aware of it. This usually shows there is a connection between the body and the soul of two people.
True.
Using the result from research made by scientists, about 95% of the communication between two people is based on how they react through their bodies. Before a relationship can begin, there needs to be some kind of body movement. Things like, and listeners, I know you will agree with me here, eye contact, body touching are some
Very
of the
important.
general ways, yes, people communicate using the body.
Maybe the smile, the way the person's lips look, maybe, as you already said, the eye. It could be, she has a beautiful hair, or that guy have a beautiful hair. Maybe the dimples, cheek, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the way they stand as well too. All of that really attract as well too.
And even with body language, when two people have chemistry and love for one another, and they're standing close by, their bodies just gravitate towards each other, like it must
It's a magnetic feeling.
touching. Yeah. If you're sitting on and you're going in a vehicle or something, you just there close to each other. Sometimes it happens unconsciously as well.
Listen, let me tell you something right now, man. You can be a million miles away. As you rightly say, with the chemistry thing, the chemistry is very magnified, electrifying. Your partner could be in another country or no matter where in the world, and it's like you thinking of that person, and you get all of these different, what you call it, the sizzling feelings just going all over your body. It's
Adrenaline starts to flow.
What do you say, Wise Willie? Absolutely. So it's a special feeling. It's something that it's really hard, to be honest with you, to explain. So you don't even have to touch a person.
No, at this time.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. All right, Rocco, would you like to share? Yeah. Would you, at this time, I know that our listeners would like to get in on the conversation a little bit, share our numbers.
I'll definitely do that. But let me just play his voice though from Whaley. I guess he's responding to what I said a while ago. You don't necessarily, the attraction and the chemistry work hand in hand. You can't really be attracted to somebody if you don't really share that chemistry. So let me play that voice note what Wise Willie has said.
So recording logged. Send button.
Rocco, two people can date without having any chemistry between them.
Yeah, to respond to that, Wise Willie, I totally agree with that. Two persons can date without having any sort of chemistry between them. But when we talk about in love, because you see, dating doesn't mean you really love somebody. You know what I'm saying? Dating doesn't really mean a thing. When you're dating somebody, that just means you're trying to get to know that person. You see what I'm saying?
And, just adding to the conversation, two persons can be in love but not necessarily have chemistry. You could be doing an activity, something fun, even with your partner, and then at night you just lie down next to each other and you just calm and cool with them, just like if you had a cup of hot chocolate and you are totally satisfied. You don't need anything else from that individual. So yeah, all that works in relationships. All right, so we're looking at communicating through the body reveals a lot of things. It indicates there is chemistry between two people. For instance, when you are at a restaurant and you see someone who you feel like there is a need for you to ask out, you start with a glance. Now, don't we do this when you see somebody you like? Even if you're at the cinema or these kids at the play park and a boy sees a cute little girl, he might go up and start to tease her, or he only there looking at her and smiling. So we start with a glance until he or she notices you. And then the rapport can start from there. The way we Okay, so the way we communicate using our body, my dear listeners, might be a tiny sign, but it is very vital when you need to confirm if there is chemistry between two people. Body communication differs from one person to another, but an understanding of how yours is with that of your partner is all that you need. So now all couples will not be the same, may not respond the same way. So you have to know your partner's response and their body language.
Absolutely.
And so you have to take into account some examples of body language. So let's look at some examples of body language. Licking of the lips, sweating profusely on the palms. Rocco, is that you? Just asking.
Hold on, before we move on, Anna. DJ Steve out there in Jamaica is saying, if there's honesty, hold on, let me read this message before properly. All right, so he's saying, hold on. Yes, let's see here. Yeah, if there's honesty, what do you call that? If with the chemistry, with the chemistry, honesty have to be paramount, especially when change is taking place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, he is so correct.
Good evening to you, Steve.
Correct. Yes, good evening to Steve, as well as Kalisha, all our listeners out there in Jamaica. Really, really great to have you guys on board tonight with Heart to Heart. Yeah. And the ladies, we love to do this one, playing with hair, which is so common amongst women. So when we see a guy, we like, don't we do that, ladies? We smile, we glance, we lick our lips if we have hair, we twirling it around our fingers, we flicking our head around. Wow. Yeah, we do those things. We definitely do those things.
All right.
Share our numbers, Rocco. Share our numbers, please.
All right, listeners. All right, listeners. Our numbers in studio, it is 646-443-6970. Repeat, 646-443-6970. You guys can text us on WhatsApp, and also you guys can leave us a voice note. And I promise y'all, if you don't want your name to call, we're not going to mention your name on the radio if you just like to send an anonymous message. So it is 646-443-6970 on WhatsApp. All right. So yeah, that's it. And likewise, y'all can leave us a message on Facebook, UVC Radio on the Facebook page. But you know what? Send us a message on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yes, listeners. So it is now 10 minutes to the hour of 9 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Standard Time. In case you are now joining us, our topic tonight is chemistry in love and relationships, and you are listening to Heart with King Rocco and myself, Lady Anna. Take it away, Rocco.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a break shortly, listeners. So Steve is saying, what about if the dude had his ball? If that is, I guess he's asking if that is attracting to a woman.
Oh yes, some women like that. Yes. You should ask the ladies out there. Ladies, you messaging.
You know what? That would be interesting to hear from our ladies, isn't it? Ladies, you guys can reach out to us 646-443-6970. 646-443-6970. Do you like a long-eared guy or do you like a bald-head guy?
As they say, love is blind. You just never know, because sometimes when you see a couple together, you might say, what he sees in her, what she sees in him, and I don't want to say it in Trini language. That is good. That's not a way.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. Since you say that, I'm not gonna hide my hands. I like the long hair, man. The long hair is good.
Oh, you like?
I'm gonna put you on the stand. What do you like?
Hello, we are not here. Listeners, you let us know.
Hold on. Listen, listeners. For the first time, this is not about me and this is not about Anna personally. This is for you. But I'm gonna put Anna on the stand tonight. What do you like?
Okay, I will answer at the end. Okay. So we're moving on.
Hello. The listeners. You know what?
So we're continuing with the signs. A slight increase in your heartbeat. Now, some individuals may not have just a slight increase. Others have it going real throbbing.
Right.
There, yeah. So this is now, we're still looking at the signs here, right? So after you play with your hair, you lick your lips and so on. There is a slight increase in your heartbeat. And ladies, continuous crossing and uncrossing of your legs, those are some of the signs. And then leaning towards each other. So those are some of the signs. So we're moving on to another point. The ideas are connected. So when we say ideas, this boils down here now in terms of a conversation.
Right.
This is a sign to indicate, is love in the air when there is chemistry between people? Oh, yes.
Most certainly. Most definitely.
There's always a connection to ideas. You both understand the language you speak with each other. So listeners, I am sure when you are speaking with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you all understand each other's language. You know what you mean. There is no need for the other party to sometimes even complete what he or she is saying.
Yeah, it's like I can say something to you, and as you already said, you don't need to complete. Or something I don't even have to say it because one or two chemistry is there. One thing speak, body language speak,
and it just goes natural.
Yeah, the body language speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't have to say to you, hey baby, can I get a kiss? No. I mean, if I stand in front of you, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I know you want to kiss me or something like that. So what do? You fall slowly into it.
And, you know, and as we said, it completes what he or she is saying or doing. You already have an insight into the message they are passing across. When there is a connection in ideas, it seems like you have found that person or someone you can confide in, like both of you have common interests in the same things. The trust, what Stevie said just now, the trust is mutual, and everything you decide for each other is just perfect. When the two of you are together talking before anyone completes what he or she is saying, an understanding is being initiated. It's very easy for you guys to reach a compromise on any issue. Yeah. So once you have that love and that
Very true.
chemistry there,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I want to drop in this word passion. Important. Yeah. So you're not going to make anything an argument. You're going to come to a common ground, understand. You kiss, you make up, you patch up, you go on, man. Yeah.
Well, with all the chemistry and attraction and stuff like that, first of all, one of the things that both parties have to do, communicate, which is a key, is a very big key factor in this whole relationship moving forward, you know, especially if two people in love with each other, because, you know, there's no way you can really, you know, really fall in depth with someone, and if you don't really know much about that brother, or that brother don't even know much about you, you know what I'm saying? The more these two parties talk with each other and stuff like that, they get to see a lot of stuff about both parties, and I think the more they speak, is like, especially, you know, if I'm into you or you're into me, you know, the more we speak, it's like, you know what? Every single day, this need for each other, it is just growing and growing and growing. Yeah.
Let's take a break and come back.
Lady, come take my hand and go with me.
Yes, people, you're listening to Heart to Heart on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. I am King Rocco AG, and I got the beautiful, attractive lady in the studio with me. So, if you guys would like to reach out to us to the studio tonight, you guys can reach out to us on WhatsApp, 646-443-6970. That is 646-443-6970. We'd like to take this time to say special good evening to all our listeners down there in Georgetown, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Kingston, Jamaica, and also Antigua and Barbuda. Good evening to you. And also Toronto, Canada. Good evening to you. New York City. Good evening. And all of our listeners down there in Miami, Houston, Texas, and the UK. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. All those of you down there in Africa.
Oh, baby, heart to heart, living as one forever. 'Cause lady, I love you. You know I love you too. Ooh, heart to heart, sharing our lives together. Heart to heart, as one, baby, as one, Lately I've been thinking about how it would be if you and I were to start a family. Yeah, baby.
I thought about the joy and the happiness that true love brings. I know we've been blessed ever since we've been together. There were days of stormy weather. With a love on our side, we've always made it through. Time to take it one step further. Time for us to join together. For the rest of my life, I want to be with you. Oh, yeah.
Hey girl, ain't no mystery. At least, as far as I can see, I wanna keep you here, laying next to me, sharing our love between the sheets. Ooh, baby, baby, I feel your love surrounding me.
Hey, Joe, don't call me boy. You know, see me, I listen to Lady and King Rocco on UBC radio. See ya, leave me alone and turn up the radio.
Ooh, girl, let me hold you tight. And you know, I'll make you feel alright. Oh, baby girl, just cling to me and let your mind be free while making love between the sheets. Ooh, girl, I love you all night long. And I know you felt it coming on. Ooh, darling, just taste my love. Ooh, you taste so sweet. Sharing our love between the sheets. Ooh, baby, baby, I feel your love surrounding me. Ooh, baby, baby, we're making love between the sheets. Hey girl, what's your fantasy? I'll take you there to that ecstasy. Ooh, girl, you blow my mind. I'll always be your freak. Let's make sweet love between the sheets. Ooh, baby, baby, I feel your love surrounding me. Ooh, baby, baby, making love between the sheets. I do.
Yes, listeners, once again, you're listening to Art Heart and UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. With yours truly, King Rocco HD and the beautiful Lady Anna. If you guys would like to reach out to us, y'all can reach out to us on WhatsApp on 646-443-6970. Let us know what you have to say, your contribution towards the program, alright? Again, if you don't want your name to get out there, we're not going to do that. So send us a voice note or send us a WhatsApp message.
Your hand brushes mine, and the thousand sensations seduce me 'cause I do cherish you for the rest of my life. You don't have to think twice. I will love you still from the depths of my my soul. It's beyond my control. I've waited so long to say this to you. If you're asking, do I love you this much? Well, I do. Oh, baby. Oh. In my world, before you, lived outside my emotions. Didn't know where I was going till that day I found you. How you opened my life to a new paradise. In a world torn by change, still with all my heart, until my dying day, I do cherish you for the rest of my life. You don't have to think twice. I will love you still from the depths of my soul. It's beyond my control. I've waited so long to say this to you. If you're asking, do I love you?
Honey, we fall in love by chance, and stay in love by choice.
In your eyes lies the beauty of the night. Our love grows great when our souls intertwine.
I am Lady Anna,
And I am King Rocco HD
where it takes two.
to tango. Yes, welcome back, listeners, to Art to Art and UVC Radio, King Rocco HD and Lady Anna in the studio. Welcome back, Anna.
All right. Thank you, King Rocco. Yes, listeners, you are listening to Heart on your number one radio station, UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. But right now, we are binding hearts together as we continue with our topic, chemistry in love and relationships. So as we continue with the conversation this we are looking, yes, we are looking at when couples are focused on each other, and when both of you are always focused on each other, even when you guys are around or among your friends or in a crowd, it means that there is strong chemistry between the two of you. At times, you will notice that when you are talking to that man or that woman you are in a relationship with, he or she will give a prompt response, even though they are attending to other issues. There is always this feeling that when you are around the person you are dating or in a relationship with, you don't need any other person. And you see, Rocco, that is so important.
Yeah, very important.
Anyone has ever told you, but once you are not around, you are in a relationship with someone, and if you are not around, they are not interested in speaking with anyone else or having any sort of communication with anyone else. They will wait for you until
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
very, very important. Or, sometimes it's like another person just does not exist. And sometimes when you are in a relationship and you are telling your partner this, they do not believe you sometimes. Say, well, honey, when you hear nobody else exists, it's just you and you alone. And not all times that person believe them.
Well, yeah, that is true. But I mean, in a relationship, I don't agree with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Much as we both care for each other and love with each other, I believe people need to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's something like this. All right. it depends on the level of conversation, because that doesn't mean because I'm not around and you got to do something, I mean you're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak to somebody, I mean you're not going to speak to the person only when I'm around. No, I don't agree with that.
You will do it, but it's not like you're having an intense, in-depth relationship with anybody else. So it's like
Right.
you with somebody and you just maybe say you went away or you at work or whatever, and you leave your girlfriend or your wife. She's not going to pick up the phone and find herself in any kind of conversation, on a natural, on real conversation with another guy. Yeah?
Right.
She's only going to have a certain kind of conversation with you, and her thoughts will be focused on you. Now, that is not saying that she is only centered around you and don't have any other friends. No, we're not saying that. But the way she feels about you, her expressions of love towards you, she's not going to share that with anybody.
Most certainly not.
Flirting around with another guy. That's just
most certainly.
Yeah, your teasing time, playtime, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
And so, it's as it says, when it says that nobody else doesn't even exist, the presence of anybody else, of this girl or guy who you have feelings for is irrelevant. Your mind is already blown away towards your partner. So anybody else could come around, you say a little hello or whatnot, but that person does not encompass, your emotions and your feelings. And that is because of the strong chemistry between the two of you. If both of you really love paying, and look at this one, if both of you really love paying attention to your mobile device, your presence or theirs would take away that attention. And that time for one another will be spent on each other. It's like sometimes you just put down that phone and forget that phone.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And the action is done unconsciously. You just put down that phone and you focus on that man. It comes just like a reflex action. That cannot be controlled. And that is because the chemistry is strong and good. So, listeners, you see the importance of focusing on each other and nothing else.
Nothing else, yeah. And spending that special time with that person is very important. Very, very important, because, I mean, listen, the time that we spend with each other, it can just do so much, you know what I'm saying? So much of our relationship. So, it's very important to spend that special time with that person who you're in love with. And as you said, put the phone down, huh?
Yeah, just irresistible, huh?
Well, I mean, people use the mobile device. Well, people use the mobile device to do so much thing them days, you know what I'm saying? It's like the phone becomes so much a part of your life right now. But if we're together and we're spending that special time with each other and stuff like that, hey, you gotta switch. If you gotta switch your phone off, you gotta switch it off. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do that. Just
someone who did that.
Sorry?
I know someone who did that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. You switch your phone off. You know what I'm saying? And just chill with each other. Just have that special moment. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So we're moving on to this point, and I like this one really, really plenty. The production of pheromones. And listeners, this is a scientific sign that there is strong and good chemistry between two people. Research has shown that if the chemistry between two people is strong, their body system tends to produce a chemical called pheromone. This chemical is a hormone responsible for the attraction for sexual desire, which two individuals have towards each other. Once the attraction is created, it's a sign of chemistry, of great chemistry that just cannot be overlooked. And the pheromones, when produced, are not so noticeable, but science has proved it to be among the signs of chemistry. Yet, Rocco? Yeah? So,
Yeah, that is true. But before we move on, one of our listeners actually saying sometime a guy may be attracted or have the same chemistry towards another person and basically playing the field and telling all of the women whoever the same thing. Well, I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, listener. If you will share the same the same chemistry with all women, or a woman could share the same chemistry with all guys. No, chemistry is something special. What do you have to say about that, Hannah?
Yeah, it is something special for one individual. And when you look at the signs, what we are discussing presently, that's how you're going to know that you have that chemistry, that connection, that special connection with one person.
Yeah, you can't share chemistry with a lot of women or a lot of guys and stuff. No, it is something special.
Yeah, it's just gonna come like you're flirting with everybody else, or maybe you don't have chemistry for one individual, but you probably just playing. Or you have to be aware if they're not playing with you too. Yeah. Okay. So we are looking at a sexual attraction towards one another. What makes every situation you are in with someone very intense is the chemistry you people share, the chemistry you share with your special someone. There is a way both of you are not attracted to each other, and we can't exclude sexual attraction from the list. The sexual attraction is always there, but it needs a connection for it to be relieved. And when there is chemistry, this will be fulfilled. Though the sexual attraction is not among the most important signs of chemistry, it's one of the factors that bring the emotional connection between two people. Without it, I don't think anyone would like to have an affair or even a relationship with another person. Or
True.
were you not sexually attracted to that guy or girl you are dating right now? So, listeners, all of you who are in relationships, aren't you a little bit plenty sexually attracted to your partner? And you know something, sometimes you have to make sure that you know them really, really well before you start to express that sexual part of it.
Yeah, it's very important. Very important.
Yeah, because there needs to be a special kind, because unless you are castrated or there is something wrong with your sexual organs, you will always feel a sexual attraction for there to be a spark. And now this is important here. Your libido does not surpass that of your partner, nor does your partner surpass yours. If it's the opposite that occurs, then there is nothing like the chemistry between the two of you. Yes, so libido plays an important role here.
Very, very, very big role. But you know what? Before we move on to our next point, let's take this voice note from our listener as well. So Sir Will, he has a question.
He's recording logged.
Lady Anna, How do blind people really compensate for
Send.
the,
Button.
the absence of recognition?
Please recording log.
How do
Lady
blind
Anna,
people really
How
compensate?
do blind people really compensate for
Send.
the,
Button.
the absence
Hey,
of
Joe,
recognition of
don't
body
call
language?
me, boy.
Because
You know,
that
see me
puts
and listen to lady and
Honey, we fall in love by chance and stay in love by choice.
In your eyes lies the beauty of the night. Our love grows great when our souls intertwine.
I am Lady Anna,
And I am King Rocco HD
where it takes two.
to tango.
Please recording log.
Lady Anna, how do blind people really compensate for
Send.
the,
Button.
the absence of recognition of body language? Because that should put us at a disadvantage. But in my opinion, it doesn't. So can we talk about that?
All right, we're gonna definitely respond to that. But first of all, let us apologize to you. We just had the dead silent a while ago, but you know what? We're back. Yeah. You know, sometimes, but you know, yeah. Let's respond to Wise Willie.
Okay, so with the blind individuals, they may not be able to see another blind person the way they are reacting if they are holding hands or they're sitting close or if they're kissing or what the physical aspect of it is. But when there is that connection, that spark, that is something that is just unexplainable, Rocco. When you have, unwise listeners, when you have that attraction for someone and you are next to them and you don't have to see that person physically, but it is just like this glue, something is just pulling you towards that individual and you just want to be close to them. You want your hand to touch theirs, maybe your hand rest in the palm of their hand. We may still do the other actions as say women who are blind or visually impaired. That does not stop the person from twirling their head, blinking their eyes, twirling their hair, even though the partner may not see it. Just saying, even though the partner may not see it, but as a blind female, the ladies will still do these things. They will still show the signs. The signs is not just for, say, quote unquote, sighted females. It's for females across the board. So they would still play with their hair and they would still lean into their partner. They would still display all the signs. So whether they could see or they can't see, that does not stop anything from happening. I feel it might probably deepen the passion even more. Because in that case, now you will know the
True.
sense of your partner.
True.
You lean into him and he has that nice cologne and you get that whiff by his ear or by the neck, the nape area there. So it goes across the board, yes, Wise? So I hope that answers your question. Rocco, I don't know you have anything to add to that though.
No, you sum it up pretty well.
Okay, so we're looking at another point. The time spent with each other is just not enough. And you know how that is when you're in love. Man, it's like the hours just go by and it's, oh, the time pass so fast. You're having a conversation on the phone, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours go by when you do look at the time. I feel like it's just 1 hour we're talking for. you know? So when the chemistry between two people is strong, the 24 hours in a day is never enough. They don't like to leave each other, whether they are communicating via phone, text message, or even video chat. They don't want it to end. And this scenario often happens when the relationship is at the infatuation stage. But if it continues after this time, then it's love chemistry. Creating time for each other is very essential in every relationship. This is what makes people who are interested in each other have a strong bond. It's one of the important signs of chemistry, which must not
Yes, it is.
be put aside. When you need to confirm if there is chemistry between people, what about a day without contacting one another? Seems so long. And loneliness coupled with boredom sparks up, and then you know that this is a strong sign that there is chemistry between two people.
That is powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, and right on point, I must say. Yeah, okay, all right, that's self-explanatory. So
that is very much so.
what about the silence? Sometimes there is silence between two people, and you might think, well, they're vexed, but no, it's not that. And
Wow.
listeners, silence between the two of you brings a pleasure. One way to prove the chemistry between two people is strong is when they understand each other, even in silence. You don't need to communicate as
True.
often when there is silence. You know it's not the end of the relationship. Instead,
Yeah, but Anna, hold on. Despite all of that, why you want to be silent? No. This can be very dangerous as well as in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
Because
have.
Go on.
Go
I
ahead.
apologize.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, because if we're both in a relationship, again, communication is very important. All right, maybe you may need your quiet time. Maybe I may need my quiet time, and this is whereby that we both need to understand each other and stuff like that. You should know when something is going wrong with me, or maybe something just not going wrong with me. Maybe just need to reflect. Just need to think. Just want to stay focused and stuff like that. That if you see me like that, what you do, you excuse yourself and just give me that special time, just to reflect or whatever it is. Or you ask me the question, baby, what's up? What's going on? And I should be able to say to you, you know what? It ain't nothing going on. Maybe just want to rest. Maybe just want to think. And you should use your discretion. All right, I'm gonna just allow him right now. I'm gonna just let him be, just to chill. But to say, not to ask any question or just stay silent and thinking, say, well, you know what, this is fine. No, that's not cool at all.
And you are absolutely correct, Rocco, because again, it all boils down to good communication and knowing your partner. And you're not going to think that the person is annoyed or upset about something. You will know when there is a need for a break. You don't need to force conversation when one of you don't feel like talking. Both of you feel comfortable just looking at each other without any sign of communication. Whatever the reason for the silence may be, you both know that there is chemistry in the air between the both of you and that the intimacy is still present. The spirit and emotion are intact. And in terms of connection, So anytime the silence ends, the spark gets initiated between the both of you.
Most certainly, most certainly.
Yeah. So there is sometimes a need for a little bit of timeout. And as it says, when you take that timeout, it just builds up the anticipation and the spark, it just grows stronger.
Yep, and it's about knowing your partner.
Yes,
Very,
and
very
it says
important.
it's comfortable silence for whatever reason. You just don't feel like talking. You don't have to be together. You could be in your corner, your partner in their corner doing whatever, or you could even be together, laying on your bed, driving in your car, whatever. But you know, for one reason or the other, you all just silent, and it is something that it is understood. But that does not say that you're not going to talk forever or you're not going to discuss. You're just taking a little time out. Yeah?
Right, right.
So we're looking at anticipation. This happens most times when the relationship is a distant one. You are always waiting for the next time you will meet each other again. When this kind of thing happens, it seems to be fast when you find yourself around your partner, even when there is a need to take a nap. So think about this. Even if there is a need to take a nap from where you work, you don't spend it resting or sleeping. Instead, you are thinking of the great times you spent together.
Absolutely.
Need for it to come back as fast as possible. If both of you schedule a date at a restaurant, you are always leaving that restaurant or wherever you are last, because time is just not enough for you couples. And so the couple is always anticipating when you will meet again. If this is how you feel, then there is that strong emotional connection between you and your partner. Right? So there's always that anticipation there. When I'm going to see each other again. And
It's like you just can't wait,
enough.
man. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come see you on the weekend. It's like you're looking at Thursday come, Friday come, Saturday come. You can't sleep Friday night, man. It's like, gosh, you just can't wait for that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, especially when you should be taking a nap. You taking a nap? No, you're thinking about that person and how fast the time should fly.
Why? I tell you this,
Me up.
Wise Willie. When the heart speak, the heart speak, right? This is heart to heart with people. When the heart speak, the heart speak. I'm telling you this. Ain't nothing can stop the heart. The heart goes for what it wants, you know? Do you agree with that?
Most definitely. Yeah. Yes. So, as we are winding down, we just want to say good evening to our listeners out there in Manhattan, Brooklyn, as well as Chicago, California, yeah. Texas is
Long Beach, California, we got in the house tonight. We got Chicago. We got Chicago. We got Minneapolis in the house. Toronto, Canada. We got Miami. Miami locked on right now. Houston,
right.
Texas, also Michigan, Kingston, Jamaica, Antigua, Barbuda, and also St. Martin. We got in the house as well. St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, Georgetown, Guyana, and did I say the United Kingdom? Did I? Can't remember, but yes,
you could say
we got
it, yeah.
listeners also in the UK listening at the moment.
Don't forget our listeners out there in Illinois tonight. Hi, guys.
Yeah, I just say Illinois. I just say that.
Yeah.
Yes, big up all listeners down in Chicago.
Okay, so we just got a couple more points. Let's go for a station break at this time, and we will.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go pay some bills, and we're gonna be right back. All right, what do you think about that?
Most definitely.
Hey, this is DJ Shay. And this is Maya. We are listening to UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Hey, this is DJ. Hey, this is
Welcome on board Flight UVC, destination Throwback Thursday. As the cabin dims and the retro lights blink and twinkle, start showing off your dance moves as we musically journey around the genres, escapading through the decades. So permit me, Lady Anna, to be your musical hostess as you reminisce over memories of your first kiss, graduation day, your wedding day, the birth of your babies, and lots more memorable moments. So listeners, be on board Flight UVC for Throwback Thursdays with your musical hostess Lady Anna every other Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Standard Time on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
When I started out, it was just a matter of seeing you every
Want to be
day.
the first to know what's up with your favorite radio station? Then follow us on social media.
Check us out on the web at www.unitedvisionconnect.org/radio. Like us on Facebook at UVC Radio. Also follow us on Instagram at uvc.radio. And share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, UVC Radio 1.
UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Lady, come take my hand and go with me to a special place where we can have a little privacy. And what I wanna say to you is so easy to do, 'cause you're my world, my everything, my dream come true. Ever since we've been together, there were days of stormy weather. With love on our side, we always made it through. Time to take it one step further. Time for us to join together. For the rest of my life, I wanna be with you, baby. Heart to heart.
Yes, welcome back, great people, to Art on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. I'm King Rocco HD, and I got a beautiful, attractive lady in the studio. We're discussing tonight relationship, love, and chemistry. What a thing, you know, that's what they say sometimes. Love is blind. Well. Well, you know what? If the chemistry is there, and we both attract towards each other, we have that strong chemistry, well, I'd rather stay blinded for it.
Yes, Rocco, as they say, you know, love is a weed that strangles the heart. It is nectar spiked with poison. I always remember that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, so welcome back. So yes, wow.
Listeners, so we are on the home stretch and we are looking at flirting with each other in a subtle way. Now, we said with each other, because you don't want the people around you to know that there is something other than just touch and eye contact. And so you couples try to flirt with each other in a subtle way. When you kiss each other on the cheek, maybe the feeling is so intense, and while hugging each other, it lasts longer than normal. The way you caress one another's body is also intense each and every time there is physical contact. And you know what? It's very intense and it just cannot be explained by words. But some people might not flirt physically, But they try to do this by sending, now get this, Rocco, by sending flirty text messages to each other or even talk raw to each other over the phone.
Absolutely.
This,
Absolutely.
yeah, this act can be done with another person. But you know something? If you try to do that with somebody else, it's not going to be an easy task. It's only the one you share strong emotional connections with. And so if you feel this in your relationship presently, it shows that there is chemistry between you and your partner. Now, we know some people, when they talk about the raw talk, they're real explicit and that kind of thing. We're not talking about that kind, because, you know, there are some girls and some guys that shoot that kind of messages to each other in a different way. But we are speaking about you are in a relationship with your partner. This is the person that you saying that you have chemistry for, you have love for, you are in a relationship, and this is what couples normally do. You know, when they being flirty, not all individuals like to be physical flirts out there, but sometimes couples do it, you know, on their phones with each other. And not everybody is going to feel comfortable doing this with just any ordinary Joe out there. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, you know, by saying that, you know, instead of looking outside there, I mean, like flirting with somebody, important as well in a relationship, you know. And because, I mean, we've been together for a long time, that means if you're in the office, or if I'm in the office, or wherever I'm at, or wherever you're at, you know, I can't send you, you know, any sort of like little flirtatious message like, hey, sexy, what are you wearing today? Or like, you know what I'm saying? You know, this little flirtatious message, send like this little blowing, kissing emoji and them kind of something like that. You know?
Exactly. And the emojis are there to help.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's important, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this don't only go for people who just meet each other and trying to get to know each other, or trying to make an impression like, you know, I'm just such a loving woman or loving man and stuff like that. We can do it. You know what I'm saying? We can do it because little stuff like this actually spice up your relationship, you know? Because, you know, sometimes in a relationship, one of the things, you know, because we together such a long time, it's like we become so complacent. It's like, you know, I no longer can even call you baby. I no longer can tell you how beautiful those legs are and how beautiful your lips are. You know, some of us, we just lose that touch. So I still believe, no matter how long we're with each other, stuff like this, you know, basically spice up the whole attraction, the whole chemistry, relationship thing. Yeah.
And it causes the adrenaline to flow and flow
Most certainly.
faster. And as they say, you know, variety is the spice of life, because we don't like to eat the same thing, the same diet every day. We like to change it up a little bit. So it's the same thing in our relationships. I mean, you wouldn't make love in the same place all the time. Once it's convenient, you know, you do it in every room of the house, every chair in the house, or you go out, you make dates with each other. Yeah, you keep things going, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do that.
No, you certainly don't. I mean, as you said, you spice up the place, man. You know, I mean, you go to the beach.
It's an important part as well.
Yeah, absolutely, innit? Absolutely. Yeah, certainly. So, it's very important to keep that spark going, because, all right, is it something chemistry die? Why do we meet each other now, and maybe 2 years later down the line, all of a sudden we don't really feel the same for each other? Because the reason why such thing happen in a relationship, we become too complacent, and when we become too complacent, what's that happen is like, Yeah, yes, Steve, do it in a jacuzzi. Have sex in the jacuzzi, boy. I tell you, your listeners, boy, something else. Yeah, we love y'all, man. Yeah, one of the things that normally happen is like these two party become so complacent. One of the party become complacent because I don't believe two-person in a relationship are going to become complacent. I don't think so. It's like one party become complacent, and again, if you don't communicate, if I'm not able to communicate to you and say, hey, sweetheart, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you're doing. I think we need to work on it, or what is going wrong in this relationship. If we can't able to do that, we're not going to go anyway. But if I turn a blind eyes and zip my lips and don't say anything to you, after a time, what happened? We start seeing each other like brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? We become like best friend living under the same roof. We may pay the bills, we may do different stuff together. Maybe possible when we go out there, we put on the front to make people believe like, yeah, we all of that. But really and truly, it's like when we behind the curtains, we like just can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? You going to bed at night, I going to bed at night, you turn left, I turn right. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important when you keep the communication line open and we really find out, each other wants and needs, and we do these little small things, just like when we start dating, sending these little kissy emoji, these little hugs and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to tell your man, you still handsome, just like the first day we met each other. Don't be afraid to tell your woman, she's still beautiful and, she means everything to you. You know what I'm saying? These little things like that is very, very important. If we can't talk about these things, it's pointless.
As you say, Rocco, at the dating stage, when we feel we have not gotten or captured the other person, the chase is on. So we're doing everything to captivate the heart and win over that person. And then when we win them over now and you reach to the altar, you put the ring on and you're under the same roof, as you rightfully says, after 2-3 years, you become complacent, and what happens? We get comfortable with each other, and we just forget the days when we used to court, when we did the nice things, when the guy would have brought home a rose for his wife or his girlfriend, chocolates, or she would give him a back rub or a massage or something. We just throw that out the door, and that is why we need to keep that alive in the relationship.
There is no way in a relationship any one of us should ever become complacent, number one, or be too laid back and too quiet. No. Because I'm telling you this right now, man. You see, if in a relationship, whether as a man or a woman, any one of us ever become complacent, it's two things gonna happen. Is either that brother gonna be looking through the window, or is either that sister will be looking through the window, or if both parties don't do such thing, you know what a dead life both parties will be living. What a dead, boring life.
Yeah. So we need to continue to play. As we say, when we become adults, we just forget to play. We don't play anymore.
No, we certainly don't.
Yeah.
And again, you're talking making love or having sex or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? It's like this as well. As you say, you do it anyway. Show your expression. Towards each other. Why do you even visit a store? Go get some toys, man. Go get some toys. Play with each other and stuff like that. Spice up the relationship, man. Do things that, will keep your woman glowing. Do things will keep that brother, keep your man, like, you know what? When 4 o'clock, you gotta leave work. And his boy's telling, man, let's go play some pools. Let's go play some pools. You know what I'm saying? Man, by 4 or 5, he threw that door. He's like, man, I'm going home, brother. Not today. Not today, Friday. I'm going home because you know what? When he comes home, he got something special waiting for him. He got somebody special waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to keep that chemistry, keep that attraction going, keep everything alive. you know.
At lunchtime, you run away and you get a little cookie and you go back to the office.
Oh yeah. If you don't have a car, get a cab, get a Uber. You know what I'm saying? Go home, get your little stuff, sort it out, and get back to your job. You know what I mean? And you know, see, you talk about attraction, Anna. One of the things as well to normally make a lot of guys lose attraction sometime in women. Not all guys, to be honest with you. And especially women as well to losing attraction in a man. The chemistry is very important, sharing that intimate, intimate, chemistry with each other is really great. But by the same token, when we talk about attraction, if when we meet each other in the beginning, I was this nice, trim, handsome guy, and you was this nice, slim, beautiful, sexy woman, and stuff like that. And you know what? When we start living on the same roof now, again, we no longer want to take care of our body. All of a sudden she started putting a whole heap of weight. All of a sudden, I don't want to shave and stuff like that. This is very much unappealing.
Yes.
As a man, if I see such thing, my woman is like really gaining a lot of weight. One of the things I said, babe, you know what? I mean, you look beautiful, man, but you know what? I think, maybe you need to do some workout, in a nice manner. Or maybe, I can go to the gym with you. Or maybe if you have the money and you're able to get those machines and whatever it is, you know what? If you gotta, we're gonna work out together. Because, sometimes mentally, when it start gaining weight, it could be very hard. And this is sometimes where low self-esteem and everything just kick in. Hard sometimes to get on those machines to lose those weight. So it's very important for a guy, to stand beside this woman and work along with her to get to the way that, you would like to see her. And likewise, ladies as well. Don't kick the brother to the curb, you know what I'm saying? Because, in the beginning, he was this nice, handsome guy. And now a couple of years down the line, he got a big tummy and stuff like that. Or you don't want to shave, work with him as well. Work with him as long as both parties able to work with each other. You know what? Your relationship gonna be so fantastic. Yeah.
All right.
So the communication is very important.
Yes, as we move along, we are almost to the end. So we're looking at teasing. If you are interested in a person, the need to tease him or her with how you feel is another way of wooing. Once the person understands that chemistry comes to life, teasing is not, now let's get this straight, teasing is not a strong sign of chemistry. It is because one of the ways you use to get the attention of the other person you are interested in and create the rapport after that and check the way they react to something, yeah? And teasing also
so true.
used to offend or harm persons sometimes. But that is not the case in this scenario which we are speaking about. Yeah? So, as we say, this is a different type of teasing, okay? So we're not causing harm or any sort of ill will or emotions to our partners. And as we wrap up, we are looking at appreciating and even complimenting on little things. And this is one of the signs of chemistry, which shows that the chemistry between two people is strong. There is nothing you see on each other's body or with one another. And so you guys must compliment and appreciate, as you rightfully said, Rocco, compliment and appreciate yourselves. You can observe.
But before we move on, Anna, sorry to cut you short. A question here right now from Wise Willie. How does the female perceive the male? We would like the female to answer, for you on a woman point of view, to answer that question.
Perceive the male? How does the female perceive the male?
Absolutely, yeah. That's a question.
Okay. Okay, all right. So I will get to that in a little bit. Let's just finish off.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. So we're looking at if we complimenting our partners, we look at and see if they have new clothes. So we could compliment on what they're wearing, how it looks, and even if they get a new haircut or a hairdo, you can compliment them on how they look. And sometimes even some of their favorite things, what they like, you compliment them on that. And basically what we're saying and summarizing, when it comes to relationships, the word chemistry is not something that can be forced. It is something that happens gradually. It's either you and that guy or girl have it, or you guys don't. Chemistry is like a spark that requires ignition. Once ignition can be initiated, nothing else is needed. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Wow.
Yes, chemistry in love and relationships. Any closing remarks?
Oh, wow. Quite interested. Quite interested, man. Quite interested.
Yes. So see, guys, you cannot force chemistry. It is either there or it's not there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like, it's with love, you know what I'm saying? You can't force somebody to love you. It's either love you or they don't love you. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with chemistry. Chemistry, love, it go hands in hand with each other, you know? You can never force that that feelings about someone, because it comes down to what we say initially when we start the broadcast. It's like dating somebody, we talk about infatuation and we talk about chemistry. And infatuation is like a puppy love kind of thing, I meet this dude, I meet this sister, and all in my head, I'm just thinking about making love to her, kissing her, touching her. I just imagining myself doing different things with that person. That could be like some form of infatuation, you know what I'm saying? Because with that bull rush that you're going through, your mind is going wild, your hormones are kicking and everything is just kicking in you and stuff like that. But with the chemistry, it is something, it grow gradually. And the more you're with that person, is more you start realizing, man, you know what? This person is for me. This person mean the world to me. I don't really see myself in another, only than this person, you know what I'm saying? So chemistry, you can't force it, people. Chemistry, it's a natural thing. Again, as I said early on, you could be in a different country and I could be in a different country. At the end of it, as long we both share that chemistry, you know what? It's amazing. It's amazing. You can do things to me without touching me. I can do things to you without touching you. I could pick up my phone and try to reach out to you. And why is I'm trying to calling you? You know what? That's the same exact thing you just actually do. Just pick up your phone, looking at your phone to see if you get a missed call from me, or trying to reach out to me as well. So all of that is chemistry. When you don't plan something just happen, boop, in a heartbeat, So stuff like that, you can't force it.
That it doesn't need the physical aspect of it all the time. Sometimes you could be just speaking to an individual and that person has that connection with you, and the way you say your words, how you pronounce it, how you connect with that person, with your person. Sometimes the way when you say something, it just strikes a nerve. It touches the deepest parts of somebody. And it's like the butterflies start, you get it in your stomach, it just flutters up, and as it says, love is blind, and you just never know, because what I may find attractive in Jim may not be the same thing that Judy might find attractive in Jim. So it varies with individuals. Everyone is not the same. Because some guys, the way they just, maybe the accent or the tone they use, it just appeals to a particular girl. Yeah, his cologne, something, the way he walks, the way he talks, how she hears his footsteps coming, the way he commands a certain amount of respect. All that goes with it.
Yeah, chemistry with all of these things. And I'm telling you, these people, big up all those persons out there who have experienced it, what chemistry is all about. Because, a lot of time people hear you would talk about these things and in their head, like, what is he saying? What is she saying? This could never be. But listen to me, man. You gotta be in that position, or you gotta experience this to know what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Even though I may say it to you right now, or you may hear us talking about this, if you never experience it, you will never know what it's all about.
And especially if that guy has a nice low cut and it's well marked, well, that just turns some of us ladies on.
All right. Well, you know what? DJ Steve want to know. you want to know, what is your preference? The bald head, long hair?
I just gave the answer.
Well, yeah, but you are being very modest and casual, right? DJ Steve asked me to ask you, what do you prefer? So I'm asking you direct. I know he's listening. What do you prefer? Bald head, long hair?
I like a guy with a short haircut and it's neatly trimmed and marked. He looks really handsome.
Is it like a nice military cut?
In between. Not all that short, and not all that long, but it's nice and short. Your fingers could run through it really nice and do the magic. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Sooner or later, possibly maybe application may be coming at your door.
Okay, Steve, I think that answers your question. And thank you so much for listening to Heart this evening. Hope you have a rest of a very good evening. Okay, so Willie wants to know, how do I perceive a guy? That's his question.
Yeah, women. How women perceive a guy.
How women. Asking back how women.
Yeah, you want to know how women perceive a man.
How does a woman perceive a man? Okay.
Absolutely.
Different women will have different responses. I guess I could only share my
right.
view. Yeah. So how I view a man. Now, Willie, why are you putting me on the stand like this? But okay. So, there's a saying, as they say for women, you can't live with them, you can't live without them. So you have to work in a balance here. And I would go along the lines of we're looking at what the Bible would say about men, that we women should respect and look up to the guy. And once he does not take advantage as well, and he understands that and follows that and believes that scripture as well, I believe we're going to work well with that. I can respect you. We can share and discuss opinions, and you're not going to come and overrule and say this is what it has to be. I look at us as being partners and working together towards one common goal.
Well, hope that answered the wise man question.
Not taking advantage of any situation.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Of that? Did you
yeah.
a part of that?
Sorry?
Did you have to answer part of that?
No, it basically is asking a question to the female.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it make a lot of sense what you said, to be honest with you, yeah, it certainly make a lot of sense. So, Wise Willie, I hope Lady Honor just actually answered your question. All right, so that's about it, I think, for tonight. You know what, listeners? Wow. It's really hard, isn't it, Honor? Oh, we got to wrap it up.
Yes.
It is
Yes,
so
it is,
hard.
but let's just remind the listeners before we go that tomorrow being Good Friday, our programming on UVC Radio will consist of basically religious and positive content. So you guys can look out for that. There is going to be a rebroadcast of the Palm Sundays episode of Sunrise Praise tomorrow, as well as Christian Encounter, and we will be doing the afternoon praise as well, and meet me at the classics. Yes. So we're going to take in some good Messiah with the opera tomorrow. Yeah. So hope you guys have a happy, holy, blessed week. And next week, Thursday, I will be on from 7 p.m. for Throwback Thursdays. But right after Heart to Heart tonight, there's going to be a rebroadcast of last week, Thursday's episode of Throwback, and join me on Sunday morning, Resurrection Sunday, Palm Sunday, for Sunrise Praise at 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Caribbean Standard Time. So with that, Rocco, we are saying good evening and glad to have all of you who joined us tonight. What an interesting discussion. Look out for this video to be uploaded on our YouTube channel, UVC Radio 1. So in case you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, go quickly to YouTube, type in the search area UVC Radio number 1. Subscribe to the channel and look out for all our videos. We upload new content on a weekly basis, so you can check it out, as they say.
Absolutely. Also our website, yeah, www.unitedvisionconnect.org/radio. Follow us on Instagram, uvc.radio. Check us on Facebook, UVC Radio, and like what you said with YouTube, you already give that information already. And also on Twitter, they can also hit us up on Twitter as well, on this at UVC_radio, and also they can write to us, radio@unitedvisionconnect.org. That is RADIO at unitedvisionconnect.org. All right, but you know what, Anna, you said it, we got some new programming definitely going to be on the air, so coming soon. Want to definitely encourage our listeners. This is going to be on Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 9:30 every Sunday, and every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 11 to 11:30 in the evening. Unshackle. This is another. This is a new program lineup that we have on our schedule. Unshackle. It's a Christian program, basically, dramatizing, person's life when God saved them, basically dramatizing the whole life story, etc. Listen to me, guys. It is beautiful, beautiful. So this is going to be aired on UVC Radio every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 9:30, and also every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 11 Eastern to 11:30 Eastern Time. What do you think about it? That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, out of Pacific Garden. Yes.
Yeah, out of Chicago. So you guys, and so many other great stuff will be coming on board here at UVC Radio. So, but once again, before we leave, we'd like to say a big shout out to all our listeners all across the globe, all who tune in tonight, all who make the contribution, all our silent listeners. We love you still. We do love you.
Yes, we do.
So it's been a pleasure definitely being in your company, listeners, this evening. But Anna, as they ever saying, it has been fun, but we've got to
all good things come to an end.
Must come to an end. So
be blessed for the Holy Week.
Yes, be blessed for the Holy Week. And coming right after Art to Art, we're going to have a rebroadcast of Throwback Thursday. So great people, love ya. So long.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Lady, come take my hand and go with me to a special place where we can have a little privacy. What I wanna say to you is so easy to do. 'Cause you're my world, my everything, my dream come true. Ever since we've been together, there were days of stormy weather. With love on our side, we always made it through. Time to take it one step further. Time for us to join together. For the rest of my life, I wanna be with you, baby. Heart to heart, living as one forever. 'Cause lady, I love you.
You know I love you too.
Ooh, heart to heart, sharing our lives together. Heart to heart, as one, baby, as one, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lately I've been thinking about how it would be if you and I were to start a family.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
I thought about the joy and the happiness that true love brings. I know we've been blessed. Ever since we've been together, there were days of stormy weather with a love